This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch. Now that
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready.
Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good. Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Good morning to each and every single one of you. Welcome into another edition of Brainley's virtual tour live. Glad to have all of you here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 destinations for you all this morning. Yes, indeed. Hudson Bay, the oldest company in North America, is shutting down. How long have they been around? I'll tell you how long. It even surprised me for sure. Six Flags America, if you're in Bowie, Maryland, your park is closing. I have all the intel for you there. National Public Radio, the public broadcasting system or service, could be shutting down for good. We'll get into that. Volcano Bay is taking away one of, if not the foundation of the park. We'll talk about that. I definitely have thoughts for sure. Chuck E. Cheese is ahead of Dave & Buster's in a major way. We'll talk about that. Polygon, the video game entertainment website, has been sold. Who has it been sold to? I'll tell you about that. Plus, I'll tell you who I think should have really bought it. And Kohl's. Did y'all hear about this CEO situation with Kohl's? We'll talk about all that and more. 7 destinations for you this morning. Higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take out this iconic intro here. You see the virtual tour background. Yes, you do hear that virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And one thing to know, and 2 things for sure, that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Rolling.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith. I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Now this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it out right. But whenever you start the daylight, a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I said,
Good morning, everybody. Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is Julie Chen Moonves. It is a new morning to Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. You're absolutely right. On this channel right here, a lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well with each and every single one of you. Let's get to the get and doing what we do, because we got 7 destinations for you here as the fireworks are going off behind us this morning here. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do here. Let me get up our first story here. So this comes to us from goodbye to North America's oldest company. 355-year-old legendary business declares bankruptcy. I know, 355 years. I thought 100 years was old, but this company's been around since the beginning of time. The liquidation sale is already underway, and no sources of financing are expected to emerge in time. So this is Hudson's Bay here. It's rare to see a company founded in the 17th century still operating today, but that was the case for Hudson's Bay Company, once a dominant force that governed what is now Canada for over 200 years, and one of the most legendary businesses in North America. It now finds itself on the brink of bankruptcy today. The company just owns 6 remaining stores, and a judge has given it until early May to avoid full liquidation. Origins of the company. While countries like Spain, France, and Portugal created state companies focused on conquering land and establishing trade, it was the British and Dutch East India companies that became known for ruling entire territories independently. Around 1652, French explorers Pierre Esprit Radisson and Medard des Gourceliers, sorry for butchering y'all names, child. Black man from Little Rock, Arkansas, launched an expedition to Hudson Bay, believing it to be rich in high-quality furs. Their mission was a success. They returned to Montreal with premium furs, but the French French monarchy denied them royal authorization, which was crucial to secure funding. Left without support, they turned to London, where Prince Rupert, cousin of King Charles II, provided them with ships and a crew. Once the ship reached Hudson Bay, which is in what is now Quebec, where they built a fort and established a company to manage the lucrative fur trade. From trade empire to shopping malls. Over time, HBC gained a monopoly over the fur trade, but in 1779, the Northwest Company was founded as a direct competitor. A turning point came in 1849 when a court ruled against a merchant violating HBC's trade monopoly, but imposed no penalties, effectively ending HBC's exclusive control. Competition increased as the British government reclaimed sovereignty over the territories HBC controlled to consolidate what would become Canada. The United Kingdom paid the company 3,000 euros, and as outside interest grew, HBC shifted to retail investment, opening department stores, supermarkets, and shopping centers, a booming sector at the time fueled by middle-class wealth. The rise of e-commerce. Everything in the last decade with the explosion of e-commerce, the rise of online shopping dramatically reduced in-store sales. HBC was eventually bought by a U.S. firm, and over the years, the stores across Europe and the United States gradually shut down. Following the COVID-19 pandemic, only 6 locations remain. There's no guarantee the company can avoid being fully dissolved. Hudson's Bay Company survived wars, losses, and monopolies, and government intervention. But it seems the one enemy it could overcome was the internet. So first of all, I had no idea about Hudson Bay. I never heard of them. Let me look up what Hudson Bay is. So it looks like it's a department store. But yeah, I was quite shocked. 355 years of being a company. That's a long time. That's a very, very, very long time. Okay, so it's a store. Okay. So here it is here, y'all. So this is Hudson Bay. So they have, clothing for men, women, babies, kids, beauty, and home. So this company has been around since the 17th century, which is quite an amazing accomplishment. I do hope that there's a billionaire that can bail out and maybe expand it, because retail is still powerful. We know Forever 21 just went bankrupt as well, but there is still something really cool about going to the store, feeling, touching, wearing, trying on clothes, because you want to try before you buy. So that will never go away. I think it's just evolving. And the thing about e-commerce is, while it does expand the world, it also limits your tactile experience. So congratulations on the Hudson Bay for being around since the 1700s. That is huge. Like I said, 355-year-old legendary business declares bankruptcy. A very, very sad story there. All right, y'all. Speaking of sad news, this is another story that I found here. Six Flags announced its plan to close Six Flags America and Hurricane Harbor after the 2025 season. So this comes to us from Charlotte, North Carolina. Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, New York Stock Exchange Fund, the largest amusement park operator in North America, announced today that it will close Six Flags America and Hurricane Harbor in Bowie, Maryland, after the 2025 operating season. The property, which is approximately 500 acres, will be marketed for redevelopment as a part of Six Flags' ongoing portfolio optimization program. The company has engaged with CBRE, a global leader in commercial real estate services and investments, to market the property for sale. As a part of our comprehensive review of our park portfolio, we have determined that Six Flags America and Hurricane Harbor are not a strategic fit with the company's long-term growth plan said Six Flags President and CEO Richard A. Zimmerman. After reviewing a number of options, we believe that marketing the property for redevelopment would generate the highest value of return on investment. We anticipate strong interest in the property. Will continue to strategically pursue portfolio optimization opportunities as we work to unlock the full value of our portfolio. This was a difficult decision. We recognize the impact it will have on our Six Flags America Hurricane Harbor Park associates and guests. Zimmerman, and we are grateful to our park associates who work hard to create lifelong memories for our guests. And Six Flags is committed to support all impacted associates through the closure process at the end of this year. Six Flags America Hurricane Harbor have been an important part of the local community. And this final season will be an opportunity to celebrate the decades of fun that guests have enjoyed at the property. Let's see here. Six Flags America employs approximately 70 full-time associates. Severance and other benefits will be provided to all eligible associates. No, that should be everybody. Okay? That should be everybody. The park's final operating day will be Sunday, November 2nd. The closure of Six Flags America Hurricane Harbor is not expected to have a material impact on the company's financial results in 2025. All 2025 season passes, tickets will be honored throughout the final operating season at Six Flags America Hurricane Harbor. For the latest information about the park operating calendar, please visit the Six Flags America website. So a very sad day for those of you who live in the DMV. I do wonder sometimes about the decisions companies make, because when you think about the DMV, right, you got New York City, you got Detroit, you got all those places, right? And so what if you don't want to fly to Disney World or Universal Orlando Resort? What if you don't want to fly to, Disneyland or Universal Studios Hollywood? Like, that really is a anchor for them. So I do hope that Six Flags gives severance to all the employees, not just the eligible ones. And I do hope that, Six Flags, continues to invest in the community there, because guess what? That park really did do a lot of good. Now, of course, as you guys know, we covered here on Brainley's Virtual Tour Live that Six Flags is going to invest $1 billion into their parks, and there were going to be different parks up for sale. And it looks like they have started that process. This is the first one of many, but all is not lost, because as you guys know, Universal, right, is trying to do regional entertainment. They have the Horror Unleashed attraction out at Area 15 in Las Vegas, and then they have the Universal Kids Resort, right? So who's to say if Universal buys Six Flags Great America at Hurricane Harbor, right? Who's to say Disney might try to buy Six Flags America at Hurricane Harbor and bring Disney or Universal up there, right? Now, I know what some of you are thinking, Bray, wouldn't that hurt Disney and Universal? Because the East Coast, they have Arkansas, Louisiana, Georgia, all those states, and also too, they have the Northerners who want to go down south. Yes, but no. Yes, but no. Yes, but no. I think if they bought Six Flags America Hurricane Harbor and they made that Universal Park, then it could still be that economic engine for Maryland, and you can still go to Disney World or Universal Orlando Resort. And actually, if some of these regional parks become Disney or Universal parks, then at that point, right, then you're able to be like, oh, wait a minute, I add this to my Disney or Universal pass, right? So there is that. So very, very sad to bring that to y'all, but want to bring that to y'all. So just in case you didn't see it, Maryland anymore, the park at Hurricane Harbor, you know why. All right, y'all. More Brainley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here and right now. 47 orders end to federal funding for NPR and PBS. Yeah, I know. President 47 signed an executive order Thursday directing the Corporation for Public Broadcasting Board of Directors to cease federal funding for NPR and PBS, the nation's primary public broadcasters. 47 contends that news coverage by NPR and PBS contain left-wing bias. my Lord Jesus. The federal funding for NPR and PBS is appropriated by Congress. The executive order that many that have been signaled by the president could be challenged in court. Which viewpoints NPR and PBS promote does not matter, the executive order says. What does matter is that neither entity presents a fair, accurate, or unbiased portrayal of current events and taxpaying citizens. So you mean to tell me that if you commit a crime and NPR says that you committed a crime, it's their fault? Okay, child. On social media platforms, 47 recently blasted the two primary public broadcast networks, posting all caps, Republicans must defund and totally dissociate themselves from NPR and PBS, the radical left monsters that so badly hurt our country. In the executive order, 47 instructs the CPB and the executive branch departments and agencies to cease direct and indirect funding to NPR and PBS. The CP board shall cancel existing direct funding to the maximum intent allowed by law and shall decline to provide future funding. The order says, as you can see here, Corporation for Public Broadcasting sues 47 after he tries to fire the board member. So this was just like the Kennedy Center, where he wanted to be the new head of the board. NPR's president and CEO Kate Marr defended coverage and addressed the need for funding in a recent interview on All Things Considered. I think that is important for public media to be able to continue to be relevant in a time where there's a lot of coverage of different issues and areas of interest, she said. NPR did not immediately respond to requests for comment on the executive order. The leaders of NPR and PBS testified at a House Oversight Committee hearing in late March on allegations of ideological bias in public broadcasting. Marr was assailed for her past political postings on social media, and the network's news judgment almost entirely based off of tweets and stories that preceded her March 2024 arrival at the network by years. PBS Paul Kerger found herself queried about a video involving a performer in drag singing a variation on a children's song for a young audience. Kerger testified that the video was posted on the website of PBS New York City member station and never aired on television. Federal funding for public media flows through the congressionally chartered Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Congress allotted $535 million. That's what you heard me. $535 million. $535 million for the Corporation of Public Broadcasting for the current fiscal year, an amount affirmed in a recent stopgap bill passed by the Republican-controlled U.S. House and Senate. The CPB's budget is approved by Congress on a 2-year cycle, in large part to insulate from political pressures, according to the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Congress has funded it through September 30th of 2027. At the hearing in late March, heads of both networks spoke to the mission to provide nonpartisan news and programming to the American public without charge. NPR receives 1% of its funding directly from the federal government and a slightly greater amount indirectly at its 246 member institutions operating more than 1,300 stations. Receive on average 8 to 10% of their funds by CPB. By contrast, PBS and its stations receive about 15% of their revenues from Corporation Public Broadcasting federal funds. Most of the funds for public media goes to local stations, and most to subsidized television, which is more expensive than radio. The networks say they have been encouraged repeatedly by the agency and Congress to develop private financial support and have worked audaciously for years with the Federal Communications Commission to ensure that the content falls within FCC guidelines. PBS offers a heavy amount of educational fare. NPR relies on more on news and music. Both provide locally grounded content and reaches more than 99% of the population at no cost. And in many states and communities, the stations serve as a key component of emergency and disaster response systems. President 47 opened a new front in his assault on public media on Monday, asserting that he was removing 3 of the 5 board members of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. The corporation sued 47 on Tuesday morning response, pointing to federal law and a U.S. Supreme Court ruling to contend that he does not have the power to take these actions. Last month, the White House said it was going to send requests to Congress for rescission of funding for NPR and PBS. Additionally, the Federal Communications Commission has launched an investigation of NPR and PBS, saying it appears that their corporate underwriting spots violating laws banning commercial advertisements. Are you serious? Are you really serious? Are y'all happy? Are y'all happy with yourselves? Everybody who voted for this dumb bastard? Anybody who disagrees with him, anybody who stands up to him, anybody in existence that just is on the other side, they're an enemy to him. And now National Public Radio and PBS could be gone because he doesn't like their reporting. Sir, if you commit a crime, everybody's going to report it, right? If you do something good, then people are going to report it. That's journalism. Okay? So I just don't get it. I mean, you got bigger fish to fry. I mean, you deported a 4-year-old with stage 4 cancer. You doxed a mom and her child. Not to mention you deported somebody who was an American citizen, and you're defying the court order that told you to bring him back. You got bigger issues. Most people disapprove of the job that you're doing. Sir, you are a horrible president. You are a horrible person, and you are a horrible waste of life that should have been swallowed by your mother Mary. Your mother Mary said that you were stupid and that you should not have went to politics. Child, I can't, but I just thought y'all should know that. So he's trying to take out media in any way, shape, or form. He also tried to take out the Associated Press, but the Associated Press is back in the White House press room. And then also, too, they tried to take out Voice of America as well. So a lot going on the actual factual smacktual war. We're going to take a little commercial break because when we come back, y'all, we got to talk about Volcano Bay because I windmilled for this park so hard, and it is a theme park, okay? But they are getting rid of the foundation of their park. We'll talk about that, Chuck E. Cheese, Polygon, and Kohl's, and plus a positive news story just to let you guys know that we should be more grateful that we can all see the bullish. Wait till you see that positive news story. All that more coming up right from this space right here, right after this.
All day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
Welcome to Copeland's. Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big, or if you like, too small. Copeland's, there's always something good.
Sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you were found. I come from nothing. Our fun is your fun. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'll see that. listen to the show.
I'm loving it. Right back. Welcome back into Brantley's virtual tour live. Glad to have all of you here. We're kicking off the show with Hudson Bay, which is a convenience store. It is filing for bankruptcy. They only have 6 locations left. It is the oldest company in the United States of America, 355 years old. Then we talked about Six Flags America and Hurricane Harbor closing after the 2025 season. The last day for the park, okay, the last day for the park will be Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. So you have from now until Sunday, November 2nd, 2025 for that. And then finally, the president is trying to get rid of NPR and PBS because they actually do their jobs and are truthful while he's a liar in the White House. Yes, indeed. So, with that being said, y'all, by the way, that Portal Tour is start off in Atlanta. Then it moved to New York City, and now it's going to be in Philadelphia, May 16th through the 18th, and that's going to be in Philadelphia by the Rocky Steps, and then it's going to be in Chicago, June 13th through the 18th. Yes, indeed. So should be a good time had there. Please go and see it. Not to mention, you'll have the chance to enter for a chance to win a trip to Universal Orlando Resort to experience all 4 theme parks, including Epic Universe, and you'll get to stay. Oh, hang on, child. You'll also get to stay at the Grand Helios or Helios Hotel as well. So very, very nice. So you'll be staying inside the park, which will be really, really cool. So speaking of Universal, yo, I don't like this decision. I don't like it. So from Universal Parks News today, this is very foundational to Volcano Bay, and I'm pissed off about it. Breaking: Volcano Bay will close for 5 months next year, ending Tapu Tapu wearable and virtual lines. Volcano Bay is ending their Tapu Tapu wearable device and virtual lines and closing for 5 months starting next fall. The Universal Orlando website states starting October 1st, 2025, the Tapu Tapu wearable and virtual line will no longer be available. Guests can access attraction queues at their leisure. Tapu Tapu is a complimentary offering given to all guests upon arrival and return when leaving. It is used to access attractions, open rental lockers, and activate interactive elements and more. All Volcano Bay rides currently use the virtual line, with guests joining the queue by tapping their Tapu Tapu attraction, returning when their wearable device vibrates. Volcano Bay will begin a seasonal closure on October 26, 2026, and will reopen before March 2027. I don't like this decision. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think it's whack. I think it's outlined. So for those of you who don't know the story behind Volcano Bay, here it is. Here, roll it.
When we start a project, we always start with story. That story is key. So we began with the story of the Waturi people. The myth of the Waturi people is that long ago, they set out on their outrigger canoes looking for a new home. There was a legend that said they could only find this new home with the help of this mini golden-finned fish called Kanuku. And they searched across Pacifica and Polynesia, and they visited all these islands. They went to Bali and Tahiti and went as far as Rapa Nui, Easter Island. Along the way, they made friends, collected sort of the culture, and they sailed on and on and on, and they almost to the edge of the world. There, to their amazement, was Kanuku. And she turned to the people and said, "You are ready." Turned and swam away. They followed, and within a day, they caught sight of this smoking mountain on the horizon, which was Volcano Bay. And it was pristine, beautiful, lush, everything that they would want in a home. And that's the backstory that informs everything we do in our design. The idea here is to create the best experience. We know what our guests want. They want the thrill and excitement of our theme parks, but they also want a place where they can relax and chill out and feel pampered. Nobody wants to stand in line. And so we said, let's get rid of them. Nobody wants to carry rafts up a ride tower all the way to the top. So we said, let's do that for you. Exhilaration, excitement, and relaxation. That's what you're gonna get at Volcano Bay.
That was very pivotal, right, to the foundation of Volcano Bay. And we're going to watch some videos here. Now, it took me a little bit to find this one video, but I do remember this video because I actually played it during the breakdown of how Volcano Bay is actually a theme park. Not a water park, but a theme park. So let's watch that. And this is the Tapu Tapu wearable. Here we go.
On the enchanted island of Volcano Bay, the Waturi people have discovered the true secret of time. They believe that time is best spent doing the things you love with the ones you love. At Volcano Bay, every Waturi wears a Tapu Tapu, a mystical talisman.
Because I want y'all to see.
On the enchanted island of Volcano Bay, the Waturi people have discovered the true secret of time. They believe that time is best spent doing the things you love with the ones you love. At Volcano Bay, every Waturi wears a Tapu Tapu, a mystical talisman which helps them master time. In the Waturi culture, there's no wasting time standing in long lines. Instead, the day is spent swimming, laughing, eating, and relaxing. And when you're ready to climb to the towering summit of the Krakatau volcano, Tapu Tapu tells you when it's time. At Volcano Bay, every day is paradise when you're living on Waturi time.
So when you put out that video on YouTube, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to watch this video, which really breaks down the secrets and fun facts of Volcano Bay. Here we go.
Kia ora Islanders, it is me, Vincent, and today I'm bringing you guys with me to Volcano Bay to share some of the secrets and fun facts of Universal's water park. This is the best water park in Orlando, and there's probably a lot of things.
It's a theme park, okay? The theme is water. Let's get that straight, okay?
You don't know about it, so I'm going to share with you guys some secrets, some fun facts, some stories, and some things that might help you out on your next visit. So welcome to another episode of Vincent Vision. Watcha! So the first fun fact and secret.
My sister's 40th birthday party has a dress code, and I got nothing. She said, you have to look nice. Just go to Mint.
Kia ora Islanders, it is welcome to another episode of Vincent Vision. Watcha! So the first fun fact and secret I want to share about Volcano Bay actually happens right over here. Do you happen to know where I am? Everyone has to pass through here at some point to get to Volcano Bay. This is the entrance and exit of the park. And for the majority of people coming to Volcano Bay, there is a main way that you get here to the island. You take a bus from the City Walk parking garage. It drops you off you get your security scan, and you come on through. And you walk down through this really cool ambient tunnel that transports you to the world of Volcano Bay. Now, something that you may or may not know about that tunnel is that it's actually going under active roads. So the way Volcano Bay is built, it's kind of in its like own little area of the Universal property. And the only way to get to it, if you're not staying at Cabana Bay, is by going under a tunnel that they have built for guests to walk under. You can sometimes hear the cars passing by. If you look up above, there are some windows with stone faces. That is traffic leading from I-4, that's the big highway here in Orlando, leading directly into Universal, right by Cabana Bay and Aventura Hotel. One of the best examples of how Universal uses the limited space it has to cram in all of its theme park experiences. So this next part of the video is kind of like a secret slash tip slash advice here at Volcano Bay, because if you're coming to the park, obviously one of the most important things is the water, the slides, but something that is just as important is where you're gonna park your stuff. Where is your chair here at Volcano Bay going to be? I've actually made a video about tips and tricks for Volcano Bay earlier this year. You should check it out. But I didn't mention this area over here. You see, let's say, oh my gosh, I got sprayed by the water here. Luckily, this camera is pretty sturdy. Let's say you get here to Volcano Bay and it's a little busy, you're a little late, and the main area right by the volcano is all taken up. You're gonna need to find some quieter places with chairs. And there are two areas of the park that are pretty overlooked. The first one is where I'm at right now. I'll tell you how to get there. When you are heading towards the back of the park, you're gonna go towards Maku and Puihi. This is the yellow and green slides. Right by the entrance, you take a right. There's a grassy kind of hidden pathway, and it leads you to a whole set of chairs in the back here that often are the last to be filled. The other is the same kind of deal. You're gonna go towards the entrance of Ika Moana and Honu, which are the green and blue slides on the opposite side of the park. You head down that way, a little path, right under the slides, there's a whole bunch of chairs that don't get used very often. These are really great if you want kind of a quieter area, not as many people coming through, less traffic. The only trade-off is location-wise, they're not the best. They're not really near anything like food and lockers and stuff like that. So you might be taking a little extra trip if you're trying to go do some stuff in the park. But if you are looking for chairs or just a quieter place to stay, these two spots in the park are areas that can be a little secretive and not a lot of people know about. I'm here today doing a video at Volcano Bay. Of course, I could not resist jumping into the crisp, cold, blue waters of Volcano Bay. This really is such a lovely water park, such a beautiful water park as well. And we're going to talk about something that I think a lot of people don't think about when we talk about Volcano Bay, and that is the theming, the story of this place. I'm going to share with you guys some park lore, okay? Because Volcano Bay is a beautiful park. It's easy to come here and just go, oh, well, this is all just like one big Hawaii park. And that's not true, okay? There's a lot of story here. Universal classifies this place as a water theme park. And like any theme park, it all has a story. Everything has a reason for existing here. And our story here at Volcano Bay starts with the Waturi people. Now, these are meant to be the team members at the park, and Volcano Bay is their home. You see, this is like a group of nomad travelers, and these guys were searching all throughout the coastal world and visiting all the different islands and ports to try and find a home for themselves. And it never really worked out until one day they met the fish god Kanuku, and that fish god led them to this hidden tropical paradise we know as Volcano Bay. And because of that, when you come to this park, it's kind of hard to pin down one specific island culture. It's all kind of a mix of everything. Even the themed phrase that team members use to welcome people here to the park, Kia ora, originates from New Zealand, from the Maori people. You're getting a big blend of Pacific Island cultures here at Volcano Bay, and it has created, appropriately, this beautiful, beautiful park. Even the slides here at Volcano Bay have their own storyline, their own lore. For example, the Oh Yeah and Oh No body slides. These are two slides that in the world of the Waturi are almost like a rite of passage for children. This is a slide that you go, you kind of slide 8 feet off into a deep pool of water. Krakatau is meant to be something that the Waturi do for fun. They get on a big canoe and they ride up and down the lava waves of Krakatau Mountain. And even Krakatoa itself kind of is connected to the story. This is meant to resemble sort of a big, mighty god. And the Kala and Tainui body slides, the blue and the green slides at the top of the volcano, kind of represent a story of star-crossed lovers, where Kala and Tainui kind of are like this like Waturi version of Romeo and Juliet, where Kala and Tainui wanted to be together, but Krakatoa, the fire god, didn't want them to be. And because of that, Kala was banished to become the moon, and Tainui's tears created the sea. And these are star-crossed lovers. So that's why the slide at the top of the volcano is facing each other. So when you're in the body slide and the drop slide, you're looking at your star-crossed lover from across the way, and you both fall down the slide together. There is someone here at the park that can help you learn everything you want to know about Volcano Bay, and that is Vol, the volcano spirit. He's actually at the center of the volcano. That is somewhere you can go inside, and I would highly recommend exploring. This is a character here in the park that you can talk to, and you can learn all about the Waturi and their history. It's a great little opportunity for kids to like play with water. I would definitely recommend checking that out. Inside of the volcano is just a really great area to explore. Volcano Bay, just like all the other lands and theme parks here at Universal, has its own lore, has its own story that once you realize what's going on, really makes this place feel that much more fleshed out. And of course, you can't talk about Volcano Bay without referencing Wet n Wild. This was the original big, long-standing water park here at Orlando for a very long time. It was right by Universal, and actually they owned it for a couple of years until they closed it in 2016 to prepare for Volcano Bay. This park is now the spiritual successor to Wet n Wild, and there is a reference to it apparently in the Waturi language. Makupuihi means wet and wild.
So when I tell you that this theme park is quite magnificent with the history, it really upsets me because Disney took away Magical Express, where basically as soon as you get off the airplane at Orlando International Airport, you put your bags on, this bus, and then your bags magically appeared at your hotel room. Extra magic hours where you could get into the park an hour earlier, stay in the park up to an extra 3 hours after closing. They took that away from everybody else, but gave it to Deluxe and Deluxe Villa guests. And you can't get into the park an hour early. It's only 30 minutes early now. So let's keep rolling.
This is pathway right by Makupuihi, the secret chair area that I mentioned at the start of this video. What you got to do is, if you do it right, let's see if I can get these people. I'm going to hit this here, tap it, and it's going to cause that guy right there to spray water on people, which it is right now. A lot of fun little ways to play water tricks on people here at the park. And you don't feel bad about it because they're at a water park, they're here to get wet. Cool, also right by the Oh No and Oh Yeah drop slides, there is a tap point right over here that if you press it, it causes all the water to shoot out here, getting you a little extra wet and cool.
Look at that. How cool is that? Yes,
one of the more fun tap spots is actually in one of the pools right by the volcano bit here. What you do is you tap it there, you put your hand, kind of cover it up like that. I just have to do it like this, apologies. And then it causes,
look at that,
these bubbles to come up.
That's a tiki guy.
Another secret tap point is here in the heart of the volcano. It's right over here. We're over right by Krakatoa Aqua Coaster. All you got to do is do this, and you're not going to get a blast of water, but you're going to get a big blast of air. So this next secret is one that I'm very excited
to I wanted to show y'all that because it hurts me that Universal is taking away the Tapu Tapu experience for everybody, and I don't know why they're doing it. I think it's a dumbass decision. I think it's going to reduce the greatness of Volcano Bay, and not to mention too, like that was built into the park, that there were no, there were no long lines. You could literally use your Tapu Tapu and, connect to any one of the rides and then go have the rest of your day. And then when it's time, you just ride. So, and then here is the inside of that volcano here. You can actually talk to the
we're gonna walk
the
to the
volcano.
center of the volcano because we're brave like that.
See how much you do a big story.
Sure.
You feel the calmness because of the music in the background, but this at night, I don't do.
Because I am what the Kiori call Ika Chicken Baklak, which roughly translates into chicken chip. So now we're on the other side of the volcano. Very cool. And actually, yeah, this does save you a few steps going through that side of the volcano. That's cool. Because you're already halfway up. Okay, I wouldn't say halfway up, but you're up.
Yeah, I know.
At Metro, we've got your back. We've lowered our prices and we're giving you a 5-year price guarantee. Right?
And an even better view.
I think that's the Aventura Hotel, I think. And then if you stay at Cabana Bay, it is an exclusive theme park entrance into Volcano Bay. So you get to get into Volcano Bay an hour early before all the other guests arrive for the day.
All right, we're going to continue our venture from one side of the mountain to the other. Volcano, mountain. You saw the same thing.
Oh, whoa, you can control those. That is cool. See, if I lived in Orlando, Florida, I would be here every weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, day. That was cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Hello there. Good morning. Good morning. Is it a wonderful morning for you too? It is. It's a wonderful morning. It's wonderful to hear. I am all
Absolutely.
Name is what?
Oh, my name is Eric.
Eric?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you, Eric. I am Paul. And who is this with you?
My wife, Rachel.
Does she have a name?
Rachel.
Rachel! Rachel and Eric, it is Paul's pleasure to meet you both. Have you been to Volcano Bay before?
Once when it was a tiny ember, not everything
Well,
was.
It was a tiny ember, so
It
you are
was.
already familiar with the story of Volcano Bay's origin?
A little bit, why don't you refresh me?
Do you want me to refresh you?
I do.
Paul has quite a few tales of the origin of Volcano Bay, but this is one of Paul's favorites. See, this is how Volcano Bay came to be. Legend told of a mystical golden fish who would one day appear, leading them to make where the spirit in search of Kanuku, they sailed far and wide, traveling by, blending each remarkable culture with their own. Finally, at the very end of the world, Kanuku left the waves calling, "You're ready! I'll be to Volcano Bay." The Waturi fell in love with this island of enchanted water, a hidden island of perpetual happiness. Here they created a tropical paradise where they could relax and live. And now, Eric and Rachel, it is your time to experience the wonder of this island, where the sky and the earth meet in perfect harmony.
Tech savings you'll love are at Best Buy.
I love that story.
Do you love the story?
I do.
Wonderful, Eric. Now, Eric, have you visited Paul before?
No, I have not. This is my first
You've
time.
not visited Paul before?
I have not.
Well, Eric, many mystical, wonderful, mysterious things can happen in Paul's power. You see, sometimes the floor can be transformed into one of our own friends. We must all find a safe haven for our feet to be cooled by the green segments of the floor. Find your feet onto a wonderful green segment of the floor, and your feet will no longer feel the burn of hot lava. You're safe at last. Wonderful job. You know how we celebrate? With dance parties. Wonderful. Yes. Here at Volcano Bay, celebrate life. So hard. Dance to celebrate each other. Eric, you have a very powerful current emanating off of you. Do you know what this means?
Please tell me.
Well, humans have currents, much like the oceans have currents that can carry them to many a distant shore, and Paul can see them much like the colors of the rainbow. Would you like Paul to teach you about your current, Eric?
Yes, please.
Excellent! Well, simply step closer to Paul and run your non-electronic hand into the waters. There you are. Now let the water flow through your fingers and tell Paul, what month were you born?
April.
April? And Eric, which is your favorite animal?
Shark.
Your favorite animal is the shark. Oh, it is coming to Paul, yes. Paul can see that you are very strong, very fast, and your friends know that you can sniff out the great adventure. Yes, Eric, blue is your color, much like the shark of the deep blue sea. You are always looking for a new challenge. Eric, Does this sound like yourself?
Besides the fast part, yeah.
It sounds about right.
About right.
Wondering. Eric, Paul loves to celebrate someone's color with a wonderful party of lights and music.
Well, thank you, Paul. We're going to let the current drift us somewhere else.
Eric, enjoy your adventures. It was a pleasure to meet you, sir.
So thank you for Behind the Thrills for that. And then here is another video from inside Universal here.
And now, story time. Story time. All right. Who wants to hear the tale of how Volcano Bay came to be?
I do.
Legend foretold of a mystical golden fish named Kohl, who would one day appear, leading them to a new home where their spirit would be free. In search of Kohl, they sailed far and wide, traveling to Tahiti, Hawaii, Bali, blending each remarkable culture with their own. Finally, at the edge of the world, Kohl leapt from the waves calling, "You are ready! Follow me to Volcano Bay! The Waturi that love this place of enchanted water, a hidden island of perpetual happiness. Here they created a tropical paradise where they could play. And now it is your time to experience the wonder of this island, where sky and earth perfect harmony." That's it.
So that is that one. But this was the one I was trying to find for y'all from Attractions Magazine, because I feel like this voice here is probably the best one of all.
Where are you from?
Orlando.
Ooh, I've heard of that place. Never been there. So only Volcano. I am Kohl. I am the spirit of this volcano. Wow. Yes.
See how it is at night.
Have you been having good adventures today?
Yes, very much.
Yes, what has been your favorite?
Oh, I like the Swift River.
Which?
The Swift one, the one that goes fast.
Oh, the fearless river. Ooh, yes. You can wind and relax, but also have a little fun. A little bit of adventure never hurt anybody.
So how long?
You like my waters?
I do.
They're pretty nice. You can talk to me. They are pretty good for a dance party. This is my dancing. Yes, I use it all the time. Well, it is time for water to go, Brother Amaka.
Okay.
All is being called away into the caverns.
Okay.
It was wonderful to meet you.
Good night.
It was wonderful. Go, Brother Amaka. And Brother you died. Love and happiness. Always.
How cool was that? That's why I wanted to show y'all. I wish the fountains could go a little higher, you know, but we can't all give them what we want. But I just think that was so cool to be able to show you all that. Let's see, here's this. Yep, I think that was it there. So how cool was that? Just wanted to show y'all that there. All right, y'all. More Brantley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here and right now. Like I said, Universal, please don't get rid of the tapu tapu. Okay, it's foundational and it makes the park come alive. And by the way, you need to quit closing so early, okay? Because the park is amazing at night, just like Epic Universe is. All right, y'all. Here we go from Global Newswire, courtesy of Yahoo Finance. Chuck E. Cheese launches Chuck E. Cheese Media Network, ushering in a new era for entertainment programming and in-venue advertising. So right here, dynamic digital programmatic, reaching families nationwide across 353,500 plus screens and 500 plus entertainment centers. So this is a media network video wall shot. So you see it right there. Now, of course, if you guys are wondering why there is a dance floor there, it's because they got rid of the audio animatronics. I think there's only one audio animatronic band out in California, and they've replaced it with this dance floor where sometimes the dance floor works, sometimes the dance floor doesn't work, and then they have the screen there. But still, this is really, really cool. Then that's how it will look inside the entertainment centers there. Then there's the media network logo. Chuck E. Cheese, the world's leading family entertainment fun center, today announced the official launch of the Chuck E. Cheese Media Network, one of the largest family-friendly digital out-of-the-home duo networks in the United States, in partnership with multiple leaders in the out-of-home media and technology. This initiative delivers unmatched scale, precision, and engagement for brands looking to connect with families. The Chuck E. Cheese Media Network spans more than 3,000 digital screens across 500 plus venues, reaching families in all 210 Nielsen-rated direct. Trying to think DMA. What is DMA? I feel like it's direct media or something. Designated market area. Yep, designated market area. That's what it is. Okay. I was like, I know it has to stand for something. Offering unprecedented scale and engagement in the retail entertainment space with over 40 million guests annually, each spending 1.5 to 2 hours per visit. This captive environment delivered over 2 billion impressions in 2024, offering a volume of quality impressions few family entertainment centers or retail environments can match, with screens strategically located in high traffic areas throughout the fun centers. Key features include family-friendly content featuring iconic Chuck E. Cheese characters and curated entertainment, creating engagement with both kid and adult fun center guests. Full sight and sound experience with large format video walls and television screens prominently placed in each venue, powered by Panasonic Clear Connect media players. Dynamic ad inventory optimized for national, regional, and hyper-local campaigns via Panasonic Clear Connect content management software placed directly or through platform partners, and programmatic advertising capabilities through direct SSP integration, enabling access to a portfolio of omni-channel DSPs. A strategic move to expand its digital reach. The company's also partnered with Future Today, a pioneer delivering cutting-edge closed television ad support solutions. Together, they are set to launch a branded streaming network, on-demand apps, and free advertising streaming television channels, or FAST, aimed at kids aged 3 to 8, with their co-viewing parents placing Chuck E. Cheese content alongside top kids channels like Coco Melon, Blippi, and Ryan and Friends via platforms such as Happy Kids. With the launch of the CEC Media Network, we are creating a family-first media experience, one that blends safe, entertaining content for kids with parent-targeted messaging, and an environment where families are already making joyful memories, said Melissa Melinas, Vice President of Global Media Licensing and Entertainment for Chuck E. Cheese. By partnering with fellow industry leaders, we are bringing advertisers a premium opportunity to reach families through a dynamic, data-driven ecosystem for scale, relevance, and brand safety. Chuck E. Cheese is more than just an entertainment destination. We are becoming one of the most powerful family media platforms in the country. This bold dual platform initiative marks a significant leap ahead of traditional family entertainment center competitors following a $350 million plus capex investment by the company, resulting in a media ecosystem that connects with fans at every touch point, on site, online, and on screen. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. Giving brands, partners, and advertisers contextual access to both kids and co-viewing parents in trusted digital environments, designed to fuel brand innovation, drive new revenue streams, and future-proof the business. This media expansion places Chuck E. Cheese at the forefront of the rapidly converging worlds of family entertainment and digital media, just as direct out-of-home ad spending in 2025 will account for over 1/3 of the nearly $10 billion. That's right, $10 billion spent on out-of-home advertising in the United States, according to eMarketer. The Chuck E. Cheese Media Network, or the CEC Media Network, represents a perfect blend of premium family content and strategic distribution that aligns seamlessly with Future Today's mission to deliver quality streaming experiences, said Virant MacArthur, co-founder of Future Today. By partnering with Chuck E. Cheese, we are creating a powerful ecosystem that delivers engaging, brand-safe content to families across multiple touch points, whether they're enjoying their time together at entertainment centers or streaming at home. This collaboration exemplifies how trusted family brands can reach audiences in a fragmented digital landscape while maintaining the highest standards of quality and safety that parents expect. Most importantly, Chuck E. Cheese remains steadfast in its commitment to responsible, ethical engagement with kids and families. Kid-directed content avoids promotions or data collection, reinforces the brand's leadership in family safety and trust. Additionally, the brand integrates organically into safe cultural moments like with properties like Zigga Zoo, Kids Bop and Rhymes, while ensuring it remains both engaging and responsible. So I will say this. I think that this is a wonderful idea. And I say that Chuck E. Cheese is ahead of Dave & Buster's for many, many reasons. As you guys know, Chuck E. Cheese Arcade Heroes is in partnership with Magical Elves Entertainment. So imagine the Dave & Buster's Ding 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 games if Dave & Buster's was smart to create a primetime game show competition. Imagine the Dave & Buster's Ding 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 television network, or even, the Ding 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 media network, where you have adult content, right? Because you have content creators, that speak to pop culture, entertainment, anything that's making the audience have, ding, ding, ding energy to want to talk about. So, I think that Chuck E. Cheese is really evolving itself from just a brand that families go to for fun to being a media brand, which I'm not really surprised about. It's a good evolution for them, and I wish Dave & Buster's was doing better, because they hired a new brand manager for the brand. They're trying to hire somebody from Main Event Entertainment right now, and honestly, they just need to make the jobs remote. Honestly, it's long overdue. And by the way, any job that posts post a job for 6 months and then you don't get nobody, then you repost it, just make the job remote, because you're wasting your time. Truly, you're wasting your time. All right, y'all. More Brainley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from this space right here and right now. Let me get my man Evan Shapiro. Because you guys will see why I'm getting Evan Shapiro here in just a minute. For this story right here, so Polygon sold to Game Rant owner Volcano. So this comes to us from The Verge. Some staffers have been laid off or will no longer be with the publication. Let's see here. Polygon, The Verge sister site dedicated to gaming and entertainment, has been sold by Vox Media to Valiant, a company that owns brands like Screen Rant, Game Rant, and Android Police. Some Polygon staffers will continue with the publication under its new owner, while others have been laid off, according to posts online and internal messages sent to Vox Media employees. Valiant owns more than 27 different brands that cover areas like entertainment, gaming, sports, and travel. A recent report from the Wrap includes one former contributor to a site under Valiant's purview describing conditions as almost sweatshop level. We'll get into that in just a minute here. Perfectly aligned with Valiant's long-term growth strategy, Polygon will now integrate Valiant's gaming portfolio, which includes industry-leading publications such as Game Rant, The Gamer, F Extra Life, Open Critic, Dual Shockers, and Hardcore Gamer, the company said in a press release. So right here, we'll look at that as well. This edition follows Valiant's recent acquisition of F Extra Life earlier this year, further strengthening its position in the gaming media landscape. With Valiant's proven operational excellence, Polygon is poised to reach new editorial heights through focused investment and innovation. Vox Media CEO Jim Bankoff says, statement that this transaction will enable us to focus our energies and investment resources in other priority areas of growth across our portfolio of iconic digital publications and audio and video programming, while enabling Valnet to grow their leadership and authority in the gaming information category. In his message to staff, Bankoff also cited the current uncertain economic outlook and broader changes in the gaming industry as contributing reasons to the sale. I'm no longer with Polygon, says former editor-in-chief Chris Planty. If you're hiring, please consider many of the talented writers and editors now on the market. Every one of them deserves a spot on your staff. I will be talking about the sale because I wasn't involved. We collected additional posts from some affected staffers below. I had a great time working at Polygon. Please let me know if you have any cool job openings. I'll say more later, but I no longer have a job. I'm looking for work, as are so many of my amazing colleagues. I have a lot of ideas and things I like to write. I'm really in shock. I am among the many folks who got laid off today. I don't have anything good or fruitful to say on it at the moment. Gutted, sad. I feel completely fucked. Fuck Fox Media management forever. They did this shit on Mayday. Fox Media union forever. Along with just about everyone else at Polygon, I am now out of a job, ending over a decade at Fox Media. For me, working at Polygon was a wonderful experience. I'm proud of the work we did over there. I'll be looking for work as well as starting my own projects on the side. Stay tuned. I was thinking earlier this week, man, I love my job. I'm so excited to jump into summer blockbuster season, and now I don't have my job. So with a smile emoji. Apparently, I'm out of a job. I can't complain too much. Polygon was a great place to work for the last decade plus, but if anyone's hiring, please reach out. I was impacted by this as was most all of my incredible coworkers. If you have leads for a passionate guides writer who has covered complex games like Destiny, done reviews, previews, and more, please let me know. Woke up in a lovely bed and breakfast today on a lovely vacation to find out a place that I've loved to work for just over a decade. Excuse me, has been dismembered in minutes. I just want to join the chorus to say that I've been let go from Fox Media on Mayday along with a great team doing great stuff. I guess it was my turn to wake up jobless. This is awful. I don't know what to say. As of this morning, I no longer have a job at Polygon. If you know of anyone looking for writers, guides, or otherwise, please let me know. And please keep an eye out for all my immensely talented colleagues who are in the same situation. I am no longer with Polygon, my home for nearly 13 years. I'm proud of my colleagues and I have accomplished over that period. I'm especially proud of the role the Fox Media Union, Blue Sky Social, and WGA East Blue Sky Social played in all organized. Now I am immediately available for hire. So there it is there. Like I said, this is quite sad for sure. And oh my Lord Jesus, this is a bit of a long article, but I think we have time here. So this is a pro article here from the Wrap. So here we go. The owner of consumer-facing entertainment website Screen Rant's Collider, CRB, a movie web faces a lawsuit over exploitative work conditions. Yassan Husif is a classic rap story born in Quebec, Canada, to immigrant Lebanese parents. He climbed his way to vast wealth by building a digital empire first in Orne, now in entertainment news. The founder of Valnet, based in Montreal, on Screen Rant Collider, movie web and comic book news site CBR, which according to the company collectively drives 260 million page views every month. The past decade, Valiant has scooped up most of the independent-owned fan-facing news sites that's consistently seeking to acquire more, regularly pitching emails to independent contract owners to buy them out and add traffic to its online juggernaut. Valiant has one clear goal: to become the greatest content digital investment company the world has ever seen, boasted by a press release announcing the acquisition of tech site tech site How to Geek in 2023. The company did not disclose revenues. Lately, Valiant has been seeking credibility in Hollywood, such as with a March 11th screening Q&A and red carpet event at the Grove in Los Angeles, featuring Oscar-winning composer Hans Zimmer in honor of the launch of music videos on Collider and Screenrant. As a press release note, Collider founder, editor-in-chief Steven Weber was the moderator. But there's a wrinkle of this story of a bootstrapping entrepreneur. When Valiant takes over fans at the playbook is well established. Employees are replaced by contractors, compensation plummets, and riders who complain, land on a blacklist that blocks them from working for Valiant. Sets altogether, the rap spoke to 15 current and former contributors who say Valiant routinely exploits and discards riders while prioritizing mass quantity to quality to churn out mind-numbing search engine optimization bait. Everyone's underpaid or work and really extremely exploit, a former Collider contributor told the Wrap. They're a company without clear objectives or morals who present themselves as safe haven for young, experienced riders. They end up paying bargain basement rates and forcing contractors to create junky clickbait. A former Valiant contributor told the Wrap on condition of anonymity out of fear of retaliation. Now one of those freelancers has filed a lawsuit claiming oppressive work conditions and seeking a class action lawsuit against Valiant. Daniel Quintero suits $40,000 for violations, including failing to pay minimum wage, overtime, 5 meal or rest breaks, and reimbursement expenses. The sum is unimpressive, but the prospect of extending this across the class contractors has vowed that Spook, the company, is now seeking to sign releases from its contractors to not engage in any class action lawsuits against the company in exchange for a $100 payment. What? So you mean to tell me you create this hostile work environment and all they get is a $100 payment for their pain and suffering? Holy, okay, here. If you have accepted the offer, new offer has gone out just for $200. Valiant will pay me $100. Valiant does not owe me this money. I agree is being paid in exchange for promises in this agreement. The Valiant blacklist. Valiant may have a few allies from Ryan Pool because another operating tactic of the company is blacklisting those who are perceived as difficult. The Wrap has obtained a spreadsheet of more than 400 2025 blacklisted freelancers as the document is titled. The question about this, Valiant declined to comment and in an internal email accidentally forwarded to Wrap. A Valiant executive said to another, our documents are being leaked. The list is a remarkable catalog of criticism or perceived misconduct tracked meticulously, applied to Screenrant and went to Twitter with the rates. One entry said another freelancer was blacklisted for creating drama by discouraging a past rider from returning, while others face a Valiant ban for calling rates abysmal or requesting transparency. One freelancer who suggested Valiant include payments information in job listings were permanently banned. The Wrap has blacked out the riders' names. Other criticisms side on the spreadsheet: extremely rude and aggressive with hiring, associate over rates and demanded salary job, combative, rude, and argumentative with human resources over pay, poor attitude, created drama by a rider's Google group, email chain by discouraging past rider from returning, speaking poorly about Screenrant editorial team and the company as a whole while being active rider. A spokesperson from Valiant said he was unavailable for communication. A media and acquisition executive reached out to the Wrap, saying that the company would not be subject to coercion and responded, but did not respond to any specific questions. I'd like to bluntly ask you, what is Umberto trying to achieve as head of mergers acquisition? Ronnie Arzman in an email, Valiant invests tens of millions in content annually. We support journalism. We would gladly welcome questions. He did respond to further emails or phone calls. So there is from the lawsuit, there is from the Valiant blacklist of 2025. So that's one of the reasons here. Valiant does not care about exclusivity or quality. Said insider familiar with digital publishing, they arbitrage web traffic. They chase keywords in the same way day traders chase stocks. It's quick gains over actual content. Their strategy treats digital content like a commodity. They flood the market with stories optimized for clicks rather than inside originality. From foosball to digital or an empire, Hassan Youssef may be little known in the clubby world of entertainment. There's a good reason for that. A civil engineer by training, he ventured into content creation after exiting online own business that he successfully built with his brother Sam and others, but that ended with a $6 million seizure of their funds by the Secret Service for alleged money laundering in 2009. Before paying a $2.2 million fine, the origins of Bound can be traced back to Montreal's competitive foosball circuit. According to a 2011 New York Magazine investigative report, how the Geek Kings of Sumont, I think. While in 2003, foosball players Matt Keyser, Stephanie Manos, Sam Youssef, and his brother Hassan decided to get into the world of online porn. Together, they started their first websites with names like Judge Worlds, Ziz Listing, Keys Movies, and Triple X-Rated Chicks. We started with 5,000. We grew the company. Everything happened gradually. We had a little money. We reinvested. Sam Youssef told the Montreal Journal last year. Their venture proved hugely profitable. The group rapidly expanded, creating their own affiliate network, Jug Cash, and their own pay site, Brazzers, named after a private joke. Okay, a throaty immigrant Apparent's version of Brothers, according to the report. Y'all, I'm just reading what's here. The company went from 80 employees in 2007 to 250 by 2009. Sam Youssef emerged as the business visionary, while Manos handled sales and innovation. Hassan did analytics. Keyser became a wizard of algorithms and search engine optimization, SEO, helping their websites dominate search for adult keywords. It was their mastery of SEO that will help them later as they expanded to more outwardly legitimate fan sites, helping their sites consistently rank at the top of Google searches. Under the Brazzers brand, the company would develop a reputation for high-quality productions, outsourcing the content creation for the websites to Orn producers in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Miami. The founders maintained a low-profile, stayed on the radar amid their growth success. They operated through a complex web of corporate entities, with the main business house under the name Mansef. The combination of the names Manos and Youssef in January 2007. Keyser bought the domain name Ornhub.com for $2,750 and went online through a separate company called Interhub. The Brazzers Group were silent partners, but Interhub ran into trouble. Okay. Trigger warning for everybody. Ran into trouble when British teenager Rose Cabrera discovered her grape as a 14-year-old, broadcasted on Kalimba pleaded to have the concert booked for over 6 months, but was ignored. Kalimba's grape was viewed over 400,000 times. And we did cover that specifically, but we did cover the fact that Pornhub had to pay a really big fine for child pornography. We covered that here on Virtual Tour Live. Yes, we did. The titles of the videos were teen crying against like around, teen getting destroyed, passed out teen. One had over 400,000 views. Rose told the British Broadcasting Corporation, the worst videos were the ones where I passed out, seeing myself being attacked, where I wasn't even conscious was the worst. The video was finally removed after Kalimba set up a new email address posing as a lawyer and sent an email threatening legal action. By 2009, they drew the attention of federal investigators. The Montreal-based enterprise had grown to one of the largest adult entertainment operations online, with founders maintaining offices both in Canada and the United States. Their success in adult entertainment will ultimately prove the capital and the SEO playbook that Hassan Youssef would eventually apply a few years later in its pivot to mainstream digital media publishing. Federal investigation and corporate transformation. In October 2009, the U.S. Secret Service organized fraud task force seized $6.4 million from two Mansef bank accounts, according to New York Magazine. Federal investigators uncovered $9 million in wire transfers from Israel. The Fed said that had been wired into the two accounts over a 3-month period from the banks in Israel, and other countries on financial fraud watch list. Of the $6.4 million that was seized, the government returned $4.15 million and $2.2 million of the sum that was forfeited in a settlement with the court. In March of 2010, the founders decided to get out of online porn and sold their adult entertainment assets to German businessman Fabian Fallman, who paid $140 million to Pornhub and its related properties, including Brass's according to celebrity net worth. Talman changed the company's name from Massive to Mammoth, but the use of Bros were out. From adult entertainment to entertainment media, after selling Massive in 2010, Hudson and Yusuf took some time out before launching their new ventures. They found Valiant in August of 2012. By 2015, after losing money invested in gems of real estate, Sam Yusuf found Yosef Corporation focusing on acquiring proven existing software companies. Despite making their fortune online on the use of Buzz, has scrubbed any mention of Massive or their adult entertainment origins for the purpose of the Valiant site. The Valiant site serves as passionate fans of film, television, video games, and comics, and need to scale major traffic to make money off of programmatic advertising. Remnants of the movie blog heydays of the late 2000s and 2010s when sites like Kohl News made a mark. The Valiant own websites largely served as fan-focused aggregation, commentary, and listable repositories focused on movies, TV, comic books, and gaming. Many articles are designed to maximize consumer engagement and further agreement or disagreement with purposely inflammatory headlines like "Arnold Schwarzenegger's perfect replacement as Terminator so obvious, I can't believe it hasn't happened yet." Currency of these websites reflect a Valiant playbook to maximize clicks and revenue. Once acquired, rates for freelancers at some of these sites dropped from $150 for reviews to $40, according to multiple freelancers who spoke to the Wrap. The current rate for reviews is even lower at $30. Access to health insurance and benefits evaporates. Full-time employees are rehired as at-will contractors. I ran for Collider a couple of times prior to its Valiant acquisition. At the time when the freelance rate I was paid was $250 an article, a foreign contributor said, but as soon as Valiant got involved, the rate dropped down to $40. And then I think we're almost done now. Okay. Let's see here. Content creators allege exploitation. And according to another former contributor, Collider maintains a content mill borderline, almost sweatshop level, where hundreds of writers are constantly pushed to write more, do it quicker, while editors face a pretty high level of quotas despite being upstaffed. Former contributor also alleged a pattern of fire employees who questioned the company's practices and recall being in a meeting where the individual was told, "You should quit if you think it's so bad here." An interview with the Wrap, former Valiant writer Stephanie Ann Grant detailed her experience working for Valiant as the travel vertical after accepting a contract for $30 per published article on October 3rd, 2024. Grant described being suddenly locked out of Valiant on October 23rd, 2024. She received no response from editors for 6 hours before getting an email announcing the termination of the contract. Then I emailed the head of HR and then Valiant's legal department. It appeared that Valiant had ghosted me, Grant said. My first paycheck fell to arrival on November 1st. Grant said her emails went unanswered for days until she received excuses that didn't go through. Only after posting her experience on LinkedIn she didn't receive payment, though she said she was still short $65. Only after posting her experience on LinkedIn, did she receive payment, though she said she was still short $65. I checked my PayPal account, says make sure it wasn't a problem on my end. As a freelance writer, this is the only time I've ever had a problem. This is the only time I've ever had someone having a problem paying me, Grant said. Valiant declined to respond to questions about Grant's experience. According to legal complaint filed by former movie web writer Daniel Cuento, writers must submit to Valiant's complete and total discretion as to approve revision of the work prior a level of oversight that the lawsuit argues is inconsistent with independent contractor status under California law. The lawsuit details Cuento regularly produces about 3 to 4 movie web articles per day, 5 days or 1 per week, spending approximately 2 to 3 hours on per article. Despite the intensive workload, he was only paid $15 an article with no additional compensation. Valiant continues to aggressively expand its portfolio of consumer-facing websites, sending acquisition inquiries and seeking legal releases from freelancers, while CEO Hudson Yusuf remains larger behind the scenes. The former Collider contributor said, "Journalism, there are really bad jobs, and then there's a place like Valiant, adding it's one of the worst places that I've ever worked, and it's probably one of the worst journalist publications I've ever seen." I had no idea about this article, y'all. No idea. All that is sad. All of that is sad. And then here is the press release for Polygon here. And I will read this very quickly here because I want to make sure that this show gets clipped for sure. Valnet acquires premium game publication Polygon from Vox Media. Valnet, a leading global digital publishing investment company, announced today that acquired premium gaming publication Polygon from Vox Media, the Barn Media company. Polygon will join Valnet's robust gaming portfolio, known as the Barn Gaming Group, which collectively reaches over 1.2 billion users annually. The acquisition as an asset deal closed today, which perfectly aligned with Valnet's long-term growth strategy. Polygon will now integrate into Valnet's gaming portfolio. Which includes leading publications such as Gamer at the Gamer, F Extra Life, Open Critic, Dual Sharks, and Hardcore Gamer. This addition follows Valnet's recent acquisition of F Extra Life earlier this year, further strengthening its position in the gaming media landscape. With Valnet's proven operational excellence, Polygon is poised to reach new editorial heights focused on investment and innovation. Is with immense pride that we welcome Polygon into our growing family of world-class gaming brands, said Hudson Youssef, CEO and founder of Valnet. This moment marks a powerful reaffirmation of our deep commitment to gaming, a space we've passionately invested in for years. The addition of Polygon not only strengthens our editorial muscle, but also amplifies to deliver our unmatched value to both audiences and advertisers of Valnet. We're not just participants in the space, we are its just undisputed leader. In a day, that leadership has never grown stronger. Founded in 2012 as a part of Vox Media's portfolio, Polygon reaches a high-value audience across its site, social media, YouTube channels, videos, newsletters, and more. With an emphasis on community engagement, the brand is known for its in-depth and analytical approach to video game journalism, publishing feature articles, essays, and reviews that delve into the cultural, social, and artistic aspects of gaming. While video games are a central focus, Polygon also covers a broad spectrum of pop culture and entertainment topics such as movies, including movies, TV shows, and technology. Polygon serves as a guide for a new generation of popcorn omnivores, helping them navigate the vast gaming and entertainment landscape with intelligence and sense of fun. We are proud to have built Polygon to the gaming authority for both experts and casual fans alike, a location that has informed and blind tens of millions of gaming enthusiasts since its founding in Vox Media more than a decade ago, said Jim Bekoff, Vox Media co-founder and chair and CEO. This transaction will enable us to focus our energies and investment resources to other priority areas of growth across our portfolio of iconic digital publications and audio video programming, while enabling Valnet to grow their leadership and authority in the gaming information category. Like I said, I don't like this move because there were plenty of other buyers, and I'm going to show you that right now. Because does anybody remember a platform called Nintendo Power at all? It was the source for all Nintendo news. Y'all, Nintendo could have bought Polygon very easily and just folded Polygon into Nintendo. And do you know why Nintendo probably should have bought that? Because for one, any Nintendo news would have been on Polygon, right? Not to mention, too, you can have Polygon TV on all the Nintendo Switches across the country. Same thing with PlayStation. They could have bought it. Also, too, I think Disney could have bought that website and added it to Disney's repertoire. Paramount, they went back because they're $14.9 billion worth of debt. $40 billion of debt for Warner Bros. Discovery. Comcast, they could have bought that and utilized that and evolved that to G4. Just saying. So I didn't like that move when I saw it. So finally, y'all, our last destination here, CBS News, Kohl fires CEO Ashley Buchanan after investigation into conflicts of interest with a vendor. Kohl's Corporation said Thursday has fired Ashley Buchanan for cause after investigation that he had violated the company's conflict of interest policies. Buchanan was terminated after an external investigation found that he directed the company to engage in transactions that involved undisclosed conflicts of interest, according to the company's statement. And the April 30th regulatory filing indicates that Buchanan conducted business with a vendor whom he has a personal relationship. and that he failed to disclose the connection as required by the company's code of ethics. Buchanan's dismissal, which comes just months after he was tapped to leave the retailer, which will require him to forfeit his equity awards. Buchanan also must repay Kohl's a pro rata portion of his signing bonus of $2.5 million. The filing added he also calls the company to enter a multi-million-dollar consultation agreement, wherein the same individual was a part of the consultation team. The filing says, shares of Mineral Falls, Wisconsin-based retailer, which operates about 1,600 stores across the U.S., rose 50 cents or 7.5% to $7.20 in the late morning trading. Buchanan's ouster in his statement, Kohl's Corporation said that Buchanan's termination, which was effective April 30th, was not related to the company's performance, financial report, or results of operations. Buchanan's ouster just comes a month after he began his CEO role at Kohl's on January 15th with the mandate of revitalizing the business, wrestling with sluggish sales. His middle-income shoppers have pulled back on discretionary spending in the face of still high prices for necessities. Like other department stores, it also has faced swift competition from Walmart and Amazon, which have been improving their fashion offerings at affordable prices. Like other retailers, it's facing uncertainty surrounding President 47's expansive tariffs. Reach for comment, Kohl spokesperson referred to CBS Money Watch, the company's press release regulatory filing. Kohl said it has appointed Michael Bender, its board chair, to serve as the interim chief executive officer. I am honored to assume the role of interim CEO at this appointed time for the company, Mr. Bender said in the statement announcing the CEO transition. Prior to taking the position at Kohl's Corporation, Buchanan was the CEO of Michael's Companies, which oversaw the operation of Michael's the craft store. Buchanan also held a variety of senior executive roles at Walmart and Sam's Club, according to the Associated Press. The Associated Press contributed to this report. So, with that being said, right here, this was after internal investigation revealed he had led the company into a multi-million-dollar agreement with a vendor allegedly tied to a woman he was romantically involved with. Buchanan, according to the Wall Street Journal, which originally reported this, Buchanan arranged a highly unusual deal with consultant Chandra Holt, whom he met years ago while working at Walmart. Holt is now the founder and CEO of coffee brand Credible. Holt told the paper she has known Buchanan for 10 years, but said, I haven't received any compensation for my Credible business from Kohl's. So, the internal investigation led by external counsel overseen by the board's audit committee concluded Buchanan violated Kohl's conduct of ethics by not disclosing the personal connection. Kohl's has determined that his conduct warranted termination for cause. As a result, he will forfeit all equity awards, must repay a portion of his $2.5 million signing bonus. His nomination for re-election to the board has been withdrawn ahead of the May 14th shareholder meeting. Child, she finna leave him, get that bread, get that head, and leave. I am done with you, Bria. I'm not about to play the piano with you. That is hilarious. By the way, beautiful profile picture, gorgeous. How do these opportunities keep passing me by? I ain't never heard in my life a man risking 6 figures for some tail. She must got that mac and cheese sis's head for sure. 2.5 sign-on bonus. He couldn't give her a couple of dollars. Is that Prince? I think that's Prince. This is my type of carry on. I would love to become his secret lover. Oh my Lord, Carmel Quinn. What are you doing? I see the face. $2.5 million signing bonus. I swear I did life completely wrong. I need this energy in my life. Kohl's has better checks and balances in the United States. All sis got that mac and cheese. So those are some of the comments coming to us from Kohl, from its on site there. All right, y'all. Our final story, y'all. Positive news story. This story is a positive news story to let us all know we are positive that we see the bullshit going on here. Okay, so here we go. He up there blushing like a damn schoolgirl. While we move further and further away from qualified candidates. Oh, from Django Unchained. Yes, tap dancing. What are we calling unqualified at this point? So we picking candidates over entertainment worthiness, really great entertainment skills. 47 thinks being president is entertaining. That tells me everything I already know. He should definitely run. OMG, that would be iconic. As you can see, 49 replies to tell her shut the fuck up, probably. You're out of touch for sure. I think she was being sarcastic, guys. Well, listen. People can only go off of what you type. So, but anyway, that's the positive news story there. Y'all, that's our show. That is our show. That is our show. By the way, speaking of shows, I got another show for y'all tonight. Very, very excited about this show here. So I found this clip, right, of me on Nickelodeon over 22 years ago. So tonight at 8 p.m., I got to meet with a friend who doesn't know how to do a PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, I know. But this is it right here, this show here. So I was on the Snick Sleepover Jam. We are going to watch that clip. We're going to have a 3K celebration. And y'all, I posted it to TikTok. I posted it to YouTube, a short. And hopefully it trends, you know. But this was a very, very big thing. So with that being said, I will see all of you back here tonight at 8 p.m. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love and send it right back to you as the fireworks are going off behind us here. Bye, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, Because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you.
Sorry, folks, there's a breaking development. There's something down on the field.
I see that too. What is that?
Looks like a koala or a dog or a...
They're all out there right now. They're trying to catch it. They're having a real hard time. They've got trash cans.
This guy's got no chance.
I think they got it. Nope.
Now he's gone and driving a cart. Uh-oh, watch out for the goal. Oh. Oh, that thing is indestructible. Sorry, folks.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort. Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort. Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.